There. Greetings. I'm Bob Zanicki, the pastor of the First Presbyterian Church in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Well, we're continuing on the journey of Advent. We are in the third week of Advent, and today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. And let me look outside for a moment. Well, it's snowing. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So, well, we continue again our Advent series. This past Sunday, the third Sunday of Advent, we had wondrous music. Our choir director and organist, John, and Dr. Charlotte just delighted us with two beautiful pieces of music for the anthems. They were totally, wonderfully inspiring. And we had also one of our church families, the McCanns, light the Advent candles for this past Sunday, the third Sunday of Advent. And so we did that, and trust many of you also lit your Advent candles on Sunday morning. And then I shared from scriptures, both the Hebrew scriptures, the Old Testament and the New Testament, dealing with light. You probably know this. Jesus is often referred to as the light of the world, that he brings light he dispels the darkness. And so I shared some scriptures that are very fitting for this time of year, for Advent, and I'll share just a couple of the verses that talk to us as Christians, that speak to us as Christians about Jesus coming into our world 2,000 years ago and living in our lives, in ourselves, in our world, our communities today. It's not just something from the past. It's right now. It's now, here. So in Isaiah, which goes back several hundred years before the time of Jesus, we read in Isaiah chapter 9, just a couple verses. But there will be no gloom for her that was in anguish, and it's really referencing Israel. Okay? In the former time, he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, but in the latter time he will make glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations, the Gentiles. Okay? And of course, it's referring to God. God is going to do something new, something different. And they are looking for restoration. They are looking for salvation. And the next verse, the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. On those who dwell in the land of deep darkness, on them a light has shined. That's from Isaiah. Let's see, 25 plus hundred years ago. Okay? But then we move ahead several centuries from when that was written. Okay? And we read from Matthew's Gospel, the New Testament, Matthew 4. It's referencing John the Baptist. And then it talks about the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali toward the sea across the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles, the nations. Isaiah is being quoted here several hundred years later, and then goes on. The people who sat in darkness have seen a great light, and for those who sat in the region and shadow of death, a light has shined. There is the pulling together of our older tradition with what became a new tradition from the first century of the Common Era to today, that we continue to read and look to these verses from thousands of years ago for help and solace and comfort and hope in our lives today. So thinking about this, about a light shining, a new light has dawned. We like light. Again, we like for darkness to go away, except of course when you want to sleep. But generally speaking, we thrive on light. And it's no surprise that when we place our Christmas trees up, historically and now today, we put lights on them. Way back when, at different times, they used candles, a bit dangerous, but now we use electric lights. And so this past Saturday, just the night before the service this past Sunday, Sean, Victoria, and I put up our Christmas tree. So if you'll allow me, I'm going to get up and pick this iPad up and take it in and show you our tree. I'm on my way. I'll get us there. Okay. Here we go, through the dining room, into the opening area, the foyer, and let me see if I can get this here. All right, maybe I have to back up even a little bit more. So there's our tree with all those lights. Okay, the darkness isn't going to keep us in the dark. We have some light, okay? In fact, maybe I need a little more light. My helper, my stagehand, just turned the lights on for me, and she's secretly walking behind me to get into the other room. I'll give her a tip later on to get out of the business, I guess. So anyhow, here we go. I don't know about you, but for us, over the years, we have accumulated many different Christmas ornaments. Many of them have been given to us over the years of ministry. And this one here, I don't know if you can see it. It says, "For our minister," and in the back it's 1985. And that was from back in East Liverpool, Ohio, my first church that I served as an associate. Let's see, moving over here, I don't know if you can see it. We need some more light. There, that's a handprint, okay? Well, that handprint comes from our son, a grandson, Bobby, back in 2013, okay? And let's see, I'm only going to go through a few of them here. Here's one that takes us back. This was handmade by a friend of ours, Agni, and a lovely woman who sadly died too early. But she just was such a kind, friendly, and a great Greek cook, and we enjoyed many of her dishes. So we have that, and then up above there, I don't know if you can see it, but that's as Merry Christmas Victoria for our daughter. Okay. Oh, and here's one that my mother gave us some years ago. Okay. And let's see, I think there's one more I'll show you. This particular one here. Let's see if I'm getting it right. Oh, there we are. You see that one there? That goes back to the 1950s when I was a boy. I remember placing this one and others like it. Many have broken over the years, but on the tree. And they just bring back wonderful memories to myself, and I'm sure for you have your memories also. But as I conclude now, we're going to have the Sunday Advent, the fourth Sunday of Advent, this coming Sunday. And for those of you that are healthy enough, please join us. But if you have any concerns about your health, please stay at home and do the live streaming. And we will be there, and we just have the wonderful live streaming. It's been so beneficial to us. It's been quite a blessing. And we will have that. We'll have wonderful music, inspiring music, and we're going to take a little trip to Bethlehem, not Pennsylvania, but all the way over to Israel, in the Bible where Jesus is born in Bethlehem. And I have some scripture there that I want to share with you and talk about the journey that we are on in our lives and how the Christian journey following Jesus Christ makes all the difference for us and for our families and for our communities. So God bless you, and enjoy this snow. Be careful. I love the snow, but don't want to drive in it. So most of us should just stay put. Be safe in many ways. And God bless, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye-bye.